Hi, Kevin Coop here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. On location, doing a speaking engagement down in Key Largo, Florida, which makes me a very, very lucky guy. Because back home, right now, they are getting snow. Anyway, I just have a couple of quick thoughts this morning about the mess that Tim Armstrong, the CEO of AOL, got himself into recently when he did a town hall meeting with employees, and he basically said that healthcare had become so expensive that one of the results was that the company was going to have to cut back and change their 401k benefits. And he singled out in his presentation two distressed babies that he said it cost more than $1 million to care for. This is apparently part of the problem. Now, Armstrong didn't use any names, but it really didn't matter. Apparently everybody pretty much knew who he was talking about. And his comments went viral almost immediately. It was unbelievable. What a boneheaded thing to say. And one of the moms actually went public and she said, I'm one of the moms. And yeah. My child was born prematurely in 2012, had to go into neonatal care. She really felt that she had to defend her family as not causing all these problems. Listen, there are several lessons here. For one thing, you don't ever single people out in public, and you certainly don't single out distressed babies. And he didn't say if the implication was that the company would be better off if either the babies had not required that care, or if they had not been covered by insurance, or if the families had even gone bankrupt and covering the expenses on their own. Is that really the message you want to send to your workforce? I mean, listen, healthcare is a complicated subject, and I think there's tons of legitimate argument about how the whole subject has been covered by both legislative and the executive branch of government, and by both parties. I'm not thrilled with either of them. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say something, okay, about healthcare. And that's the fact that if somebody in this country gives birth to a distressed baby, that baby ought to be nursed to health. Okay? And if you're employed by a company that last year had $2.2 billion in revenue, I don't think there should be any question about this. I mean, I can't even imagine why this subject was brought up. You really want to start picking on distressed babies? This is nuts. And frankly, the other lesson is how quickly the whole thing became public. It may have been an internal AOL issue, but let me tell you something. You just kind of say that stuff in front of people, and you are saying it to the whole world. And Armstrong has nobody to blame but himself. And that's a good lesson for every CEO. Since the whole thing hit the fan, Armstrong has had to retract his statements. He's apologized to the moms, and basically he had to change the policy on 401k back to where it was because he created so much of a firestorm. He really put his foot in his mouth on this one. But I think he left a really bad taste in everybody else's. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. It's Thursday morning, and as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.